Bradley, you're going into your third year now as Vassar's president, and just largely reflecting on your time at Vassar, what would you count generally? Obviously, the INI is a big undertaking, kind of a signature for what you've been doing here, but what would you say have been your greatest accomplishments thus far since arriving on campus?
It's a good question. You know, I think one of our greatest accomplishments, which I'd really say we're doing together, it's not just me, is really thinking about our culture more deliberately. Thinking, what is the sense of belonging here? Why do some people really feel that and others not? What can we do to change that? And that's something we're trying to do in all ways, so that students understand how decisions are made and that the institution is really responsive to them. That definitely doesn't mean the institution can solve problems, all the problems, but to be able to feel that the institution will respond to an issue, will be transparent about why something happened. And that's not a culture I could bring along myself. I think we're all doing it together.
Yeah, and obviously culture is something that takes time, and a series of progress and enacting progress in any way, like working towards a larger goal, comes with its fair share of up and downs.
Yes.
So can you remember times, like, since you've been on Vassar, where you've been particularly challenged, and what have those challenges been?
Oh yeah, like yesterday, the day before, every day. I think one of the biggest challenges of being a college president is really getting honest information. People come to your office and they can't help but tell you what they think you want to hear or what sort of serves a particular thing, but to truly get an honest appraisal of what is going on in the environment is a big challenge. And my approach is you just have to know as many people as you can and really be opening to hearing whatever they're going to tell you. That way you start to get the more honest information.
Yeah, and I think that's something we've noticed from you, from covering you at the MISC, is that you do pride yourself on being amenable and available to students and their opinions. But obviously, like, given the work you do behind the scenes, and something we've talked about previously, like having that sense of exclusion a little bit from the student population. So given that paradigm, how do you work towards forming genuine relationships with students?
Such a good question. Given that paradox, really, I mean, you're trying to have as authentic a relationship as you can, and yet you can't help by hierarchy to be distance, because that's what it is. And people have written about this problem in leadership for centuries. So I think, what do you do about that? You really just try to be honest yourself. So in every interaction you're role modeling, I'm going to take a risk and be completely honest and tell you, here's my problem and why I can't do anything. And I think if you role model that enough, even through the hierarchy, people start to feel like, oh, all right, she took a risk, I'll take a risk. And then I also think you have to be very careful that when you get information that's very, very sensitive, you've really got to respect people's integrity, their dignity, their privacy, and truly respect people. That's the root, I think.
Yeah, and obviously, like, building that type of trust is something that takes time and progress.
Definitely.
So, now you've been here for 3 years, you've gotten to see Vassar firsthand and interacted with our students in that way. What do you know now that you wish you knew when you first got here?
Oh my gosh. I wish I knew how devoted those student fellows were to doing it in their sophomore year. That was one of my really early struggles, is couldn't quite understand why the student leaders why juniors and seniors didn't want to take on that leadership role in student fellows. And now I get it. And I think it's one of a million little idiosyncrasies of Vassar that it's just helpful if you know that ahead of time, because you don't try to make a decision that, wow, that just doesn't fit in the culture. So little things like that, I think, I wish I'd known, but in other ways, people understand me better because you make mistakes. And then how does the president react when they make a mistake? That's an important thing to live through, and I think I've done some of that.
And obviously those little tiny things are things as we as students going through our journey here are obviously learning about every day too. Yeah.
Right, exactly. We're in a parallel process, those students and me. I am a rising junior.
There we go. So I think this is a good time for our final question, and this is going to be like a hard hitter, so I hope you're ready. So as editor of the MISC, I have to say we've seen a couple spelling errors and corrections in your Sunday email. So given that, we just want to know a little bit about your process for writing your emails and also how you edit them. And if you need us potentially, we're here.
Oh, it's nice. Okay, well, I have Sunday office hours from 7:30 to usually 10:30. And after those, and really during the week, I'm throwing things into the Sunday email, thinking, oh, that's a cool picture, that's an interesting event. And then after office hours, I sit down for about an hour, sometimes a little, like an hour and 29 minutes, so I can get it before midnight, and just put it together. Sometimes if I'm nervous about something, like whether I should call this out or not, I might ask the VSA president. I have absolutely done that. Sometimes I'll pass it by Wes Dixon, who's usually awake very late at night, and I'll say, do you think this is okay? But it really does come from my own typing, as you can tell from maybe some of the typos and wordos. And people have suggested maybe I should have them proofed by communications and other things, but I don't know. Honestly, it kind of comes from the heart and it's real, and if there's a typo here or there, I'll try to do better.
Well, there we go, the authentic President Bradley,
Exactly.
And her email is the best place, I guess, to meet you in some ways.
There you go.
I'm out of questions. Do you have anything you'd want to finish up on as we conclude here?
I'm so happy that we're together like this, and I'm looking forward to working with you this year.
All right, cheers,
Okay.
cheers to many more conversations. So, Mac Liederman, editor-in-chief of Miscellany News, with President Bradley, and we'll here at the I&I Institute conference, and we'll see you soon.